Hello, today we are here to mark World Doctors Day and we have a very special guest with us today, Dr. Isha Chaudhary. She is the Consultant Cataract, Cornea and Refractive Services, SCEH. Thank you, Doctor, for joining us.
Hi. Thank you for having me here.
It's a pleasure, Doctor. So, when we talk about this particular day, what comes to our mind is what challenges as a doctor you have faced during this pandemic days, if you can tell our viewers about it.
So, surprisingly, our lives didn't change a lot. I mean, of course, the world was scared and so are we, but we weren't, as we are ophthalmologists, we weren't doing any COVID duties. So we weren't as close to the disease as some other doctors, but we weren't very far away, of course, because when everybody was inside their houses, locked up, protected, we were still going out and seeing patients. So, but of course, that part kept us sane also because we kept going to work. We, unlike others who were sitting at home and working from home, we got to go out, work, meet people, still socialize when all socializing was not happening. So I think for us, it didn't change a lot. But yes, wearing 2 layers of masks, wearing gowns, wearing shields in that heat, and of course being scared all the time because at that time nothing was known of the disease. We didn't know if we're going to catch it, what is going to happen of us, if we go home to our parents, to our families and infect them, what is going to happen of them. So I think, yes, we were scared. Initially, we were. But I think when we work for that moment, when you're seeing a patient for that one moment, I think that fear wasn't there.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that was one thing. And I think the other challenge which most doctors faced was the training was affected. Because unlike other professions where maybe online classes can help, but in healthcare profession, I don't think online classes work that much. So training, hands-on training, surgical training, I think that took a hit. We did bounce back soon because of course disease doesn't wait for anybody and patients kept coming. But yeah, it did take a hit, yes.
So, when we talk about these challenges, how did you overcome them? What did you do? We really want to know how you managed your mental health and your physical, because of course it affected you in all senses, So what did you do to keep yourself motivated, to keep yourself positive and face these challenges?
I think initially when the whole thing started, everybody was quite positive about how we are going to use our time at home. There was a lot of work to do because there was no help. So one, that you were doing a lot of work, you were with your family, you knew your family is safe when you're at home. And as an institute, we were a group. We were a lot of people. We were never isolated. We were never alone. And we had group meets, we had classes, and we did things together, of course on the virtual platform, but we did things together. So we never felt like we are cooped up in a corner or we are not in touch with other people.
Right.
So I think that was one way we managed to sail through it. And I think coming to work regularly, it made a difference.
So, when we talk about those days, the pandemic days, what is that one picture that comes to your mind when I say pandemic?
So I think initially from the first wave, the one picture is of cooking and making fancy things to eat, reading books that I never got a chance to read because honestly, as a doctor, you don't get a lot of time to do a lot of extracurricular activities. So suddenly being at home gave me time for things like these. So the first wave's memory is all good about, doing things at home, spending time with family, doing nothing also because that is also rare with us. But the second wave's memories are pretty bad because it was horrible. A lot of near and dear people lost their near and dear ones. And I think that is not something I want to remember fondly.
Right.
So
the good memories is what you want to cherish. Of course, we all want to, just keep that good thing, staying with family, spending time home. That's something that we all want to, remember. So, when we talk about work life and personal life, how, as a doctor, you manage or balance your work life and your professional life?
So honestly, I am not pretty good with it. I am still working on maintaining a good work-life balance, and I keep asking other people who are doing it so well to give me tips. So I can tell you something that I hear from other people, then how I can do it better. But yeah, honestly, I'm not doing a good job of it. So what my superiors tell me to do is that when you're at home, give your 100% at home. When you're at work, give your 100% at work. But when you go back home, do not think of work. Think of it just like work, which you have to do only when you're at work. Of course, there are things that overflow when you come home. You have to do stuff, you have to talk to people, but not get affected by it, and don't carry any baggage home, I guess. So this is what I hear from people. And also, being in an institute where extracurricular hobbies are also supported, appreciated, I feel lucky to be here. And so there's some activities that are forced on me which are extracurricular, and I think that also helps in maintaining a good balance.
Right. So what Dr. Isha has the suggestions that she wants to give to other doctors who are also facing a lot of they are also facing a lot of challenges, stress, problems, daily life issues, and all of it. What Dr. Isha has some tips from your end.
So what I have started doing lately is that I live one day at a time. Of course, you plan a little bit. You have to plan. That's where the mind goes, plans the future. But I don't think I want to get attached to plans anymore. Because one thing that the pandemic has taught us is that I think one should be flexible. One should be prepared for any kind of change, any kind of surprise, because things change fast. And if you're attached to one kind of thing, one plan, if you're determined that this is all I want and that will make me happy, I think that may not happen for everyone. So what I do now is that I take one day at a time, maybe 1 week at a time, but I don't get attached to plans. I try not to.
Right.
So I would say that is what I would like to say.
Yeah, stay positive and always keep your schedule very short, crisp, simple, so that you don't stress out. Thanks, doctor. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for telling us what problems you faced and how what you did to stay positive. I hope this will help the doctors who are out there, who are fighting, who are giving us so much. Once again, happy World Doctors Day, and thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you so much.